Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, adjusting my view just a tiny bit. I record on Facebook Live every morning, and it changes. Facebook, since it's not my platform, changes all the time. And so the way I appear on film, remember I used to be able to use those cool face filters if you've been following me for a long time? Not anymore. What you see is what you get. So today is day 256 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. And today we're talking about, as our topic today, of course, spiritual health and well-being this whole month. We're focusing on that area of the 9-part life framework. My fancy-dancy visual aids: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. We've covered all of them now, spiritual, with the exception of physical. Doing it backwards this year, and even more mixed up than backwards, but we're doing something different. And next month we'll focus on the physical health and well-being of our lives and journeys here on the planet and being a better version of ourselves with respect to that. But this month we're focusing on spiritual. And today's topic is a pretty interesting one. It's our spiritual life purpose. And believe it or not, we all come into this world with a purpose. We come in for a reason. And we spend most of our lives then trying to figure out, what the heck is that reason? Why am I here? If we ask ourselves those deep questions, right? A lot of people just go through life going with the flow and never ask themselves, why am I here? What is my purpose? What is the meaning of life, etc.? Those big questions that we can only answer by looking within and pondering for long periods of time. I'll tell you how I figured out what mine was. And it's pretty simple, but I literally spent years searching for it. I thought that, wouldn't it have been awesome if I'd been born with some amazing talent, the ability to create beautiful art or write or draw or paint or sculpt or any artistic endeavor or create beautiful music. Yet I was gifted with none of those abilities or talents. I struggle with probably just about all of those things. And so as I was, growing up, just like the rest of us do, I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? What do I want to do? So I went to college. I went to engineering school, got my degree, went to work for some of the biggest companies and corporations in the world, and enjoyed it. But I always felt a little off. While I was doing that, I started buying and owning and operating and running different types of businesses. And again, parts of it felt great to me, and parts of it just felt a little off. And I never really understood why until when I was 50, on September 7th, actually, my 15-year anniversary this year, I had a sudden cardiac arrest and died, literally died. Well, lucky for me, there were first responder, the bartender knew CPR. I was walking through one of my businesses down to another one of my businesses after a city council meeting, and luckily for me, he knew CPR, and there was a first responder having dinner with his wife for his anniversary right across the street. And so, again, fortunate for me, I got emergency help right away while we waited for the police car to get there with the defibrillator so they could jumpstart my heart. And then I was in a coma for, like a week and 10 days and all these crazy things. Yet, I'm still here. So, following that event, I knew I needed to make massive lifestyle changes if I was going to still be here 15 years later. And so I started to make those changes. And as part of that, I did a lot of deeper work and questioning. And I kept getting this message, I will say from my higher power, that said, you just have to be you. Your purpose is to be the best possible version of yourself by learning and growing and continually improving and going with the direction that your interests follow, and always being a better version, setting the example for other people by being a good person. And do I succeed every day? No. Sometimes I'm a jerk, just like everybody else. Sometimes I snap at my daughter. Sometimes I say things more harshly than I mean to. Sometimes I comment when I shouldn't because it's just not necessary, right? But I've come to understand, and I don't even remember even when I had the epiphany. It was probably a couple years into my journey following my sudden cardiac arrest that I realized all of our purpose, every single one of us, if we're struggling with, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what my purpose is. Our purpose is just that, to be the best possible version of ourselves and to be ourselves. Because that gives everybody else on the planet permission to be themselves too. That means we don't judge other people. We don't ridicule them. We don't do any of that. We just let them be them, and they then let us be ourselves too. And that's what causes the world to be a better place, by being accepting and non-judgmental, because who are we to judge? We're not. We don't have any right to judge any other person. I will say, unless of course they are harming other human beings and truly evil. And then, guess what? They're going to be judged anyway. We don't have to do it. So today, what is our action item? Our action item is to think about and identify and share in the comments below, please. If you don't know what your purpose is, say, I don't know, I'm exploring it. And then if you do know, please share, hey, this is what I'm here for. This is what I was born to do. I know it. Maybe you're like, I was born to be a mom and raise amazing human beings. Or I was born to be a grandma or a business owner or a sculptor or a plumber or a electrician. Whatever it is for you, share in the comments below. Because when you're doing the thing that you know you're here to do, it just flows out of you. Like when I'm talking on video, I guess I'm supposed to be doing it because it just flows. All right, you might not think so, but I do. Anyway, that is our item today, our action item. Share your life's purpose, your spiritual life's purpose, right? I will add, I know that mine is to make the world a better place. It's to have a positive influence on the world around me, not a negative one. And I think that that's an important distinction. Lots of people make a difference in the world, but it isn't necessarily a good difference. We just had a huge example of that with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I mean, yeah, that kid made an impression on the world. Charlie Kirk made an impression on the world, but I don't think the person that assassinated him I don't know that people realize the impact of their actions when they're doing it sometimes. I think sometimes, especially now with all the rhetoric and nonsense in the world, I think that people are incited to act in ways that they don't think through. And this one obviously was not thought through. I think that comes from a lack of hope for a couple of generations, which I would blame on our lack of leadership for a couple of generations. All right, I digress. All right, so what is your spiritual life purpose? Share in the comments below. If you need help with this, hit me up and ask. It's Saturday in my neck of the woods, so I have a little more time than usual. It's not as scheduled. I put in some flow time and family time. But I'd love to help you if you need help. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.